Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Garden a Little. It's been a while since I've been on here, and it's because the freezing temperatures have set in and I covered up my beds and that was it. Well, today I'm taking an advantage of a very warm day in December. So welcome December. It is about 47, 48 around there. It's very windy. Yesterday the highs were like 35, 36. So this day is very strange and I wanted to take advantage of it and show you guys my garden, what's been going on, how everything is kind of slowly falling asleep, and harvest some root veggies. Let's do a quick update on my hoop houses here. This is from Garden. That other one was from Fancy Me. And the covers are flying off because of this wind. I don't know if you can even hear me what I'm saying, but the covers have been really hard to keep on. The fabric is doing great. The hoops themselves, the actual plastics, are doing great. It's just the wind is just picking up the covers and taking them away. I'm not sure if I need to staple them or put some heavy rocks or anything like that, but basically this is what I do all day, pretty much anytime I have time. My ladies decided to visit my garden tour like always. I just want to show you guys that chickens go through molting. It's a season where they lose their feathers. My chicken is losing her feathers right over here, and it will get to the point that their whole neck might be just bald. Don't worry, it's just they're taking a break from all their egg laying, and the feathers will start to be missing. Don't freak out. It's just a normal part of the routine. Just keep feeding them, keep loving them, keep giving them treats. They will not lay eggs during that season, so don't expect much from them, but they deserve a break. Today I want to harvest some root vegetables in particular because it's time, right? So I got some daikon radishes that are ready to be pulled. Some are bigger than others, so let's see what we got here. I think this is the biggest one. So they look like carrots, but they are radishes. They're called daikon radishes. So I'm going to cut off the greens, leave it to the chickens, and cut off the end here and put this in here because I'm gonna wash this later in my house. Here's another good one. So root vegetables are actually pretty cool to grow because if you have hard soil, over time, root vegetables kind of break up that soil, give it aeration. So although your root vegetables might suffer because the sizes are not going to be as big as if it was planted in aerated soil already, it still helps in the long run. So far I got two. Let's keep searching. Ooh, this one's a small one, but look, it's a little twisted there at the end. And as I'm pulling these out, I'm also giving room for the neighboring radishes to start growing a little bigger. So there is a technique to how you're pulling your radishes. All right, let's move along to the other bed here. So I thought I recorded a clip here, but I didn't. So this bed right here is from Cucamelon bed. I pulled out a few big radishes from here, similar to the ones that I pulled out from the other bed. This is also where I have my sweet peas growing, and I need to put them in the compost pile. So I ended up actually creating one in one of my old beds. After I pulled everything out for the winter, I started piling up my old stuff in there, and it kind of just created a compost pile on its own. But this bed right here is producing some good radishes, and I want to cut down these sweet peas over here. So I'm cutting them down at the root, waiting until they dry up, because then it would be the easiest to remove them and place them in that compost pile. So I got a few more radishes to go around. This is turning out to be a really great harvest. I've grown radishes like every single year, and this is the only one so far that has been somewhat productive. I mean, look at these. And these are all daikon radishes. I've tried this variety because the French breakfast ones, the original red pink ones, they're just weren't doing good for me. So I decided to give daikon a go, and looks like it's a success. Let's move on to the last bed where I grew some radishes. This bed right here is actually where my zucchini was and my cucumbers were. So let's harvest some radishes in this bed. Actually, none of these radishes seem to be quite ready, so I'm gonna let them be. It's starting to rain, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up. But before I do that, let me go see if I have some beets to harvest. All right, so we are at the end of my garden here, and this is where I grew beets, obviously. So let's see if any of them are ready to harvest. This is also where I grew carrots, and this is what I got. So these are actually a variety of carrots that look a little funny, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest those as well. These are actually really neat. I didn't think they grew at all, but turns out they did. This is exciting. And I am collecting all my vegetables right in the strainer so I can wash them right in here. I had a couple of beets ready to be harvested. Yep. So here's one. And one easy thing that you can do with your beets is pickle them. Another is roast them like you would roast your potatoes. They're a little bit less carb filled, so that would be something cool to experiment with. Many people do juices
or dehydrating them, which is what I'm going to try. These are some great beets that I'm pulling up.
All these greens are going to the compost. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Look at these beauties. I can't wait to do something delicious with them. Thank you again for coming back to my channel, checking out my videos, and go garden a little. Bye guys.